Hello everyone, it's Medi14, welcome to a brand new video. So today, the title is a bit whack. Okay, you either have completely 100% idea what I'm talking about, or you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so the other day, or about a month or so back, I made a video talking about Stomedy and what happened to him. And I made that because I referenced him earlier in my YouTube life, like years ago, and I thought I'd see where he come back to. I'm just interested, if you answer this poll, do you know who Chris Chan is? Chris Chan is an American-born man who is arguably the most documented person to ever exist. Chris Chan. Before we start talking about Chris Chan, we need to just make one thing clear. Okay, he has a form of autism, therefore some of the decisions he makes can't be fully put down to be his fault. Okay, so we need to just make that clear first. Chris Chan, Christian Weston Chandler, as he is called by many, was the staple, the main point of conversation on the internet for years. From about the year 2007 to about 2010, Christian Weston Chandler was on everyone's lips. Why, you may ask? Now, stuff like this wouldn't happen in the current day. Despite the internet being very toxic and, terrible and, internet, this is potentially one of the most malicious things that has ever happened on the internet. He's lucky that he pushed himself through it, and it's quite good. So, there is always two sides of the story. However, Christian Weston Chandler, as I like to call him, is the author of a webcomic series named Sonichu. Now, Sonichu is obviously reference to both Sonic and Pikachu. He just smashed them together and he started making it in about 2005. People actually caught on and people were a bit creeped out. Now, this wasn't just a webs comic. It was there was a lot of, sexual references to it. It was very creepy. It was kind of weird. But however, it was his brain and he was just, making what he wanted, which is fair enough. I mean, I've got no problem. However, in 2007, people found out about his identity, which led him to make a video announcing who he was. And therefore, there started Christian Weston Chandler's internet problems, let's say.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and dudes of all teenagers, as well as the gals. My name is Christian Chandler. I am here, and y'all are there. This message is for everyone of the present and the future beyond this date, February 24th, 2007, my birthday, my 25th birthday.
Now, people latched onto him very, very quickly. People enjoyed to troll him. People loved to just make fun of him and just call him names and everything. And Chris Chan, now, the internet was in its early form, so understandably, he made a lot of poor decisions as well leading up to this, which therefore, it was like a snowball effect. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. The more trolls that came to it, the more things he would do wrong, and it just escalated ridiculously. I want you to know that this goes very, very, very deep. There's a whole Wikipedia site. It's mental. It's mental how deep this goes. Basically, one of the big things about Chris Chan is one day he posted a picture with a sign asking for a girlfriend. Now, this sign was very strange because it labelled the exact requirements. You had to be a certain height, a certain age. You had to be white. Okay. Great. Thanks. Now, people instantly latched onto this and the trolls came flooding in. Now, there was countless stories of people pretending to be girls and, exploiting him for this. Two of the main ones I found, probably the worst ones. The first one was a woman called Blanca Weiss. And there was a group of trolls, and they somehow convinced Chris to give up his prized necklace, which was a little pendant he made himself, which was Sonichu, and he wore it every single day. in all of his videos, all of his pictures. He always wore it. And they managed to get it, and a few days later posted a video of them destroying it and burning it and cutting it up. Now, that's harsh. It was a very sentimental thing to him, and he really loved it, and they just took advantage of it. However, that's still probably one of the milder ones. The worst, in my opinion, is Julie. Now, Julie wasn't Julie at all. Julie was a 13-year-old boy, and he managed to convince Christian that he was this woman, and Christian would send pictures of himself naked, and the worst part was he once sent a video of himself with a sex doll, screaming in the name of Julia. And then one day they were on call together because this 13-year-old boy was able to sound like a woman, and he came out being this 13-year-old boy and accused Christian of paedophilia.
Now I'm ready to tell you.
Okay.
This whole time, Chris, you've been having sex with a 13-year-old boy, you sick fuck!
What?
Yeah, I'm a 13-year-old boy, Chris, and you've been having sex with me this entire time. I'm gonna give all your fucking data to Chris Hansen, you fucking pedo fork, so you better get the fuck out now, before I report you to the fucking feds.
Now notice how the trolls are trolling him, but he's still making very bad decisions. He is sending videos like this to people he's never met, people he cannot verify. He knows that there are trolls out there, but he clearly has some issues where he's far too easy to trust people, and this was very much his downfall for a lot of it. So again, Christian, he was significantly bullied. I would say probably the most bullied person on the internet to ever exist, because there was thousands of people just trying to troll him, laughing at him. This man, he was very strange. We have to admit that he was very strange. He was an interesting character. I am more interested as to where Christian is now. So I've done a lot of digging. I've done a lot of research, probably too much research, and I've just jumped straight into the video because I can't deal with going down the rabbit hole any further. In 2014, I must say that Christian kind of changed significantly. So around this point, Christian came out as transgender, which is fine, it's fair enough. He can do whatever he wants, okay? He's still, I believe, he still classes himself as a him, so, you know, we'll keep it to that. Now, this has nothing to do with, this is just a statement. Moving on from this, he began to ask his fans for money. Now, he had a very core fan base at this point. People either really loved him or really hated him. And he exploited this by asking them, giving them like a Amazon list for them to buy things for him and asking for money. Like, he asked for help in his mortgage, which is, I kind of get that. However, he was never able to actually prove that he used this money for a mortgage. I believe, in my humble opinion, that before this point, he was very innocent and he didn't deserve anything that he was getting. However, I think the internet managed to get inside his head so bad that they kind of twisted him. So to this day, he has still been asking for money and, you know, making excuses for money, and it doesn't seem like it's really all that honest. I must admit, he does still make the comics, and I respect the grind that he's been doing it for so long, and he's still out there. He's not, surprisingly enough, he's not got that much, like, clout, as they say. He's not hugely internet famous, despite his years of just being the center of the internet, basically. It's a very strange story. This one and the Stomedy one are very strange, because, like, Stomedy, he went off, he just changed his channel name and just did very, very, very strange videos. This one is strange in the sense that he changed over a period of time to becoming, I'm just going to say it, he became a little bit of a scumbag, and he's now just kind of minding his own business, fair enough, making his comic, making cards. He's out there having a good time. Now, I recommend going out of your way and researching or having a look at Christian, having a watch of some videos, if you guys enjoyed this video, I know it was kind of short, there wasn't that much information. I didn't want to overload you. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I would be more than interested to, make another video, potentially on a specific saga or a specific, troll, just giving you some information, different cool bits. Because I think the modern Chris Chan is very boring and not particularly interesting. However, Chris Chan, 2007 to 2010, now that's got some lore behind it. Bloody hell, that has got thousands and thousands of pages of just stuff about what he did and what people did to him. It's incredible. It really is an archive. It's nuts. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. I've been your man, DP14. See ya.
Also, my Sonichu, now my neck is covered in gold. Just like my wrist froze. Maybe that's why my bitch cold. Also, my Sonichu, you was not where you tiptoe. Say you're the best, it gets old. Watch how that sacrifice goes. Also, my Sonichu, now my neck is covered in gold. Just like my wrist froze. Maybe that's why my bitch cold. Also, my